I'm OEA President Scott Tomorrow. Time for my update. First, I want to say thank you to the members of the OEA Board of Directors who came together from all across the state doing really critical work on your behalf. We spent a lot of time talking about the importance of electing pro-public education candidates to office and ways that we're going to do that. We talked about plans for our representative assembly. Quick plug. Every single one of you, please make sure that you're conducting elections in your locals to elect delegates to our representative assembly. Those elections need to be done by October 10th. We talked about the great awards and scholarship opportunities that are out there. Our members participated in a rally for honesty in education at the State House. Good to know that we've got partners standing up for the rights of educators and students. And one of the other things that I was really excited about coming out of our board meeting is that the board voted unanimously to endorse a set of recommendations from a diverse cadre of members from around Ohio on addressing critical needs for teacher recruitment and retention in our state. And I want to just summarize what those recommendations are as we get ready to roll them out to members of the legislature, State Board of Education, people at ODE, and partners and people in the general public, because there is no more critical issue for the future of public education than ensuring that we are attracting and retaining caring, qualified, committed educators in every single one of our classrooms. And by the way, while this group was focused on teachers, we need to be doing the same thing as we think about the needs for education support professionals. And one of our recommendations is to really dig into that issue next. But let me summarize some of those key recommendations. Number one, there is a need to make sure that salaries and benefits for educators are truly competitive. The Economic Policy Institute noted that there is a significant pay gap between people who go into education and people who go into other professions with similar educational backgrounds. So our recommendation is immediately raise the minimum starting salary for teachers to $40,000 in Ohio and eventually get that number up to $50,000. So important to make sure that we're attracting qualified people to our profession. Secondly, in order to do that, we have to make sure that we're fully and fairly funding our schools. Number three, let's make sure that we have as many financial barriers for people to enter the profession removed as possible, including providing scholarships and grants, public student loan forgiveness, which is a great program that's been promoted by the Biden administration. We want to see deadlines extended on that, but really address college affordability and student loan debt as an important priority. Number four, strengthen retirement so that we do retain people in our system, and that means fighting for a fully funded STRS and also advocating for the elimination of the unfair government pension offset and windfall elimination provision in Social Security. Five, remove financial barriers for people completing their licensure requirements, including paying when necessary student teachers for their work or providing other kinds of support such as waivers for testing requirements. Number six, we need a comprehensive alignment to assess how well are our institutions of higher education that are preparing people for teaching, aligning those expectations with the realities of our pre-K through 12 schools. And number seven, let's make sure that we are addressing the needs for competitive working conditions, and that there are systems in place to allow management in our school districts to hear from members, to hear from employees about the working condition issues that need to be addressed and changed. The TEL survey that the ODE had been helping to facilitate a few years ago is something that we need to see come back. And finally, in our policy recommendations, we need better systems of collecting information on job openings across the state. It is really hard to pin down exactly how many openings that we have at any given time and make sure that people are matched to the jobs that they're qualified for. We also are saying that OEA needs to do some of this work itself, including aligning support by starting with actively supporting Educators Rising chapters for promising young high school students who are considering careers in education, strengthening our aspiring educator program for our college students preparing to be teachers, strengthening our One program for new educators, continuing to improve the support that we provide for experienced educators, and then transitioning them into membership in OhioEA. All that needs to be well aligned at every step of a person's career. We need to support strong labor management committee systems, and we need to strengthen our collective bargaining support for our locals across the state. And then finally, there's some other things that we're talking about, further study, grow your own and apprenticeship programs, mentoring systems, really addressing the needs for diversity in our profession by expanding programs like our Pathways program for promising people of color choosing education. License reciprocity from other states, celebrating and elevating the education profession through our own social media and public relations and communications efforts, as well as lifting up programs like the Ohio Department of Education's I Educate Ohio program. And as I said earlier, really thinking about the needs of ESPs. So more to come on that. We're getting ready to roll this plan out, but I want you to share with members that we care deeply about the educator shortage issue. It is fundamental to so many of the other things that we're doing, and we need your help in that effort. And again, if we're going to address these policy issues, we need to elect candidates for office who will support us on our issues. People like Tim Ryan for the United States Senate, and Ann Whaley for governor, and pro-education candidates up and down the ballot. That's all I have for today. Thank you, and I hope you have a great day.